Happy Monday to you. It's hard to believe it's been 10 weeks since we've been in this sanctuary in person. And as you know, some of your friends are returning to church, and some churches have begun to have in-person worship again. And as you might imagine, we've been doing a lot of thinking and praying and researching here at Pelham Road about our next step and what that looks like. And our concern from the very beginning has always been your health, your physical and spiritual safety. And the leadership has been in conversations about what to do next. And the decision that I'm going to bring forward today is a decision that's not going to probably please everybody. And I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to bring anybody any sorrow or any pain. And there are going to be people who see what we're doing and they're going to say, well, we're moving too fast. And others will criticize, well, you're moving too slow. But we will accept that, because we're guided by trying to keep you safe. And from our research and our working with our partners like the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship and doing our research with the Center for Disease Control and speaking with public health professors and lecturers at Clemson, these are the conclusions that we've arrived at. And our first step back is going to start on June 14th. And it's going to be in small groups that we're calling Community Now groups. Now, 10 weeks ago, these Community Now groups were called Sunday Morning Bible Study. And of course, we know that there are people who come to worship who are not a part of the Bible study program. And so that's why we're calling them Community Now groups, because it's not just for the Sunday school class, it's for people who were a part of worship. And so we've expanded the roster in these Sunday school classes to include people who just come to worship as well, and they're going to be receiving invitations so that everybody will be invited to one of these Community Now groups. Now, this week, you're going to receive details. Facebook, email, our YouTube station. You're going to receive more details about how this looks. Details about the schedule, what time groups will be meeting and where they'll be meeting on the property. You'll be getting details about the covenant that we're taking together so that we're going to protect each other. And you're going to be hearing more about what the church is doing on our end to keep you safe. All right? Now, after receiving all of those details and after receiving all the directions, if you still have questions, feel free to call us, 864-288-3283. We'll be glad to answer your questions and give you any guidance that we can. Now, everybody is invited, all right? Everyone. Maybe you weren't part of a Bible study group, but now you can be included in one of these small groups that we're calling Community Now. So, everyone is invited. Some of you might be asking, well, why this approach? Why not do worship like a lot of other churches are doing? Well, let me explain. As we did our research, we learned first how difficult childcare was going to be and how problematic it would be from the very beginning. And then as we turned over more rocks, we learned that singing, corporate singing, choral singing, well, was very dangerous and put a lot of people at risk. And then we learned, obviously, that if we're going to have masks on and if we're going to practice social distancing, that we're not going to be able to hug or even touch, which is an important part of the welcome here at Pelham Road. And so whatever we did that we called worship would really feel different. It would look different and feel different. And after examining that and weighing that, we decided that small groups would allow us to come together for the safe things: prayer, limited fellowship, and Bible study, and spiritual formation, and community. And we look forward to that. And so those small groups will start back on June 14th. But if you can't participate in that, if you don't feel comfortable in that, all of our digital work is going to continue. Let me assure you, everything else is going to remain the same. We're not stopping anything, we're adding something. So, Sunday morning worship, you can still get digitally. The Sunday morning Bible study, you can still get digitally. The children's ministries material, you can still get digitally. The Good Morning Pelham Roads, you can still get those every morning. So nothing is changing Nothing is being taken away. We're just adding these small group gatherings on June 14th. Now, we know, we get it. Everybody's not going to be ready. I mean, we don't all agree on the staff about being ready. So not everyone's going to be ready to come back. We get it. We love you. You come at your pace. Do not feel any pressure and do not feel any guilt. This is a guiltless place. We want you to move at your own pace. You are loved and appreciated here. And if we can't see you for a while longer, that's okay. We will not forget you. Now, I'll be the first to admit this is a cautious approach. Most everybody who looks at it tells me, no, that's a cautious approach. Well, it is. It is a cautious approach because, as I said from the beginning, our number one goal is your health, physical and spiritual health. So all precautions are going to be taken to try to maintain your safety while you're here on this property. All right? Now, details will be coming this week, as I said earlier, through Facebook and through emails, detailing what we're going to be doing to try to keep you safe. So I'll close by just this reminder. What we are doing on June 14th, the Community Now small groups, is our first step. It's not our last step, but it's our first step to in-gatherings or in-person gatherings. 2, we're going to continue to monitor our state situation. And if things turn south for us, we will make decisions and we'll inform you of those new decisions. And 3rd, just bear this in mind, the church does not close. We do not close. We are not reopening. We never closed. So, if you need a summary, here it is. We are guided by your physical and spiritual safety. We are using small groups to bring ourselves together on June 14th. These groups are called Community Now, and you will receive more details about this week. 3rd, the digital ministry will continue. Nothing's going to change about that. And finally, we will monitor all happenings within our state and make any necessary changes to our ministry. Now, we appreciate you praying for us, and we've been praying for you. We feel those prayers. In fact, this approach may be due to your prayers. I mean, you've been praying for God to guide us, and this is what we feel guided to. So we'll continue to pray for you, and you continue to pray for Sam and Ashley and Angela and I. Grace, peace, and love to the children of God at Pelham Road Baptist Church.